Hello and welcome to Rush Racing League Division 4 at Miami. We are back and it's going to be a long one tonight. Div 4, Div 2, all ready to go. It's Dito, joined by Crazy Good Kung Fu. How are you, mate?
Yeah, doing good, Dito, and nice to be back for yet another round here. It's round 10 of Season 8, of course, Division 4 at Miami. Drivers a little bit here and there about this track, a lot of opinions that are floating around about, whether it's a good track, whether it's a bad track, and that pool area is going to be one to watch tonight.
Yeah, it's a street track, so it's we've had a few people, obviously, like you said, mixed opinions on that. It's a bit slipperier than what we've had. Definitely more slipperier than the actual racetracks. So yeah, it can catch you out, and that sweeping left-hander that you just understeer through, and you have to try and get perfect. That big run down the straight can cause some big problems on that one. But before we jump over the gameplay, we will thank our sponsors, of course, our main one, AI369, and S Nation, Pagny, and SimLab, all jumping on board with us as well. So thank you guys, and we'll jump over to the gameplay quickly, as I think these boys will be starting to get onto track, and it looks pretty cloudy.
Yeah, it does. A bit overcast out there, and I know that we've got some mixed weather potentially on the way, and whether or not we have rain is going to be the real question. Can we get through qualifying without the rain coming down and making this slippery track even slipperier? It's going to make the track obviously extremely difficult to drive on, especially with some of those harder braking zones and some of the curbs that have to be ridden through it. So we shall see.
Pit release from Williams there. Might have to fire that, whoever did that. But yeah, well, looks like everyone's coming out quite early. Both Mercs, there's a Williams out on track too. Moon Time's on the mediums, everyone else on the softs currently, but I think he might probably chuck over to the softs before he comes out, as the medium running on track isn't really beneficial, as we see who will be the first to start up. It looks like the Williams of Deadly Fuller.
Yeah, Williams obviously feeling a little bit confident today. They want to see if they can get a good result on the board. They haven't had obviously the best results all the way through the season in terms of the constructors. They're actually sitting fourth, which is not too bad. Down one position though. 7 points now behind third place. That's Kick Sauber, who've moved up a position since Australia in round 9. So a little bit of progress from Williams, and they're obviously pretty keen to get out there and get things started. And if they can hold up Mercedes in any way, shape or form, I suppose that they'll look to do so.
Yeah, definitely a mixed season so far for Williams. These boys, I believe what they can do, it's just everything needs to fall in the right place, unfortunately, in league racing, and it hasn't yet, but I hope it does. And it looks like he might drop out of going first. It looks like the Mercedes will, of Dynasty, or no, his teammate. Sorry,
I think it's Pep. Yeah, Pep is leading us away with this, just coming through the turn 17, coming towards 18 and 19, and then down towards the main straight to start his first flying lap. That will be interesting. I'm not super familiar, Dito, with Miami as a circuit. Obviously, I've watched it in Formula One since it returned in 2022, I think it was. So a couple of races that we've had throughout there. Max Verstappen, obviously, taking the most wins, most wins for the constructors. Red Bull, 5.4 kilometer circuit, and typically 57 laps at this place. We'll be going for a little bit shorter than that. Let's keep an eye on what Dito can do.
Yeah, really interesting just from Watanabe there. Might explain why everyone's out on track. It looks to be about to rain at any minute. These guys are all trying to get a dry run in before it rains, and Mudpack has left a session mate if you could try and get him in. So that's...
Sorry?
Mudpack.
Mudpack, I will try.
But that's very interesting, because if the boys at the back can't get out in time and it starts raining, that's going to seriously compromise their lap. But at the moment, it hasn't started, so there's still enough time to settle up. But I certainly would be jumping out of the pits to do an out lap as quick as possible here. Rain's 5 minutes away from what they're hearing, so very interesting stuff coming up here. If you can get a dry run in, you will be laughing. But the timing's crucial. You want to get the track at its best point, but at the same time, the minute it starts raining, it's game over.
Yeah, we might end up with 12 minutes of nothing really happening out on track. Pep with the fastest lap there, 26.9 is the benchmark to beat. Dennisy right behind him, so pretty close at the top already. Master in the Aston, not quite on the pace just yet, and actually Semi the Slammer, another great lap from this man.
Yeah, that's an awesome lap. He'll be happy with that, but look how close it is up that top three. They should be good at this point, but we'll have to wait and see when this rain hits. Forest Waif is Forest Tool is a new name tonight, I believe. Reserving in, so we'll see what he can do. Is he's going to cross the line here. He goes 7th fastest with a 27.5, so a solid banker there from Forest.
Right, we've got a couple of names actually for RB who are coming in fresh into Division 4, TMT Legend as well. Currently sitting in 14th place, sitting in the pits at the moment. I wonder if he's actually waiting for that rain to come out, but that might be a bit of a fatal mistake if that is the case. 13 minutes on the clock, Moontime back in, Mudpack is back in. Thank goodness for that. I mean, yeah, less than a tenth of a second separating the top three right now, and they are setting some good laps. But yeah, I don't want to see the situation where we've got 11 minutes of nothing happening. So hopefully we see that rain just hold off for the moment.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Everyone's out, pretty much out on track. Ricardo's also yet to set a time, who's been quick this season, goes fastest in that sector. Gangster's retired, so that's interesting. I think he's actually crashed. Oh no, is that in the pits? I'm not sure with that, so that's interesting.
Another interesting tactic from the Alpine team, who we've had some high hopes for this season. They've had a replacement come in, Gangster, in the last couple of races. Jeneth, of course, been racing since the season beginning, but just hasn't found the result yet for Alpine. They seem to have got a lot of potential in the team and some good talented drivers, but they have yet to put together a full race weekend, which is a shame to see because, like I said, they've got talent. They just haven't really showed it to us yet. Fastest lap, Ricciardo, on top.
Yeah, we're just saying how quick he has been, and that's a solid time. He's gapped the other two by a solid few tenths there, so he should be safe with that, because as this rain hits, no one's going to improve. But it still looks pretty dry at the moment, so you have a chance to go out again if you need to, I would say. But interesting times for sure. Salmon's about to cross the line. See what he can do. He's run out of deploy up to the line, shouldn't hurt him too much. Goes 5th fastest with 27.2. And Kiwi currently on a lap 2, just started.
The Haasters have got a lot of potential here, Dido. I mean, we've seen Sammy the Slammer put on some fantastic laps. He actually, I believe, he got P1 or P2 in Australia. It was just a fantastic lap at the late part of Q3. And then, of course, Flying Kiwis hasn't also had the best results so far in his time in the Haas. But again, we know that they're quick, and it'd be interesting to see if they can really pull together a good result in qualifying, get themselves through to at least Q3, which would be very, very good for both the Haas. Sammy says that's all I've got for now. Let's just go back to the pits. We'll sit there and wait and see what my teammate can do out in the car.
Yeah, he'll be safe with that. Williams in trouble here, 13th, 14th as well. They will have to go out again. Flying Kiwis came into the pits. TMT, who we were chatting to before the race, is currently on a lap. Says he's not too confident about this track, struggling here a little bit, but we'll see what he can do. The Visa Cash App RB's TP, so he'll be hoping for a great performance tonight for sure. A few guys yet to set times.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic, especially with the knowledge that there may well be rain coming later on the session. I mean, we got both of Ferraris. One Ferrari is at the bottom of the top 15, with 27.9, not really the most competitive time from Moontime. And then Mudpack, who's yet to set a lap. He's not even out of the pits just yet. So shame to see that. And then P16. Well, formerly P16, now P17. Uncle Morty, also yet to set a lap just yet. I think he's out there right now, so we should see a time in short order. Mudpack has finally rejoined, so he should be getting out there and putting in a lap soon. Quick rundown for everyone in terms of the Constructors' Championship in Division 4, just so you're all aware. Mercedes on 272. Aston Martin in P2 on 248 points. They had a great run last week at Australia. P1, P2 for them, with Ricciardo taking the race win. So a huge jump up in the points, and really closing the gap now to Mercedes. Then it's Kick Sauber, Cooper the Bot, giving them just enough points to scrape ahead of Williams. Then McLaren in P5, Red Bull Racing, RB Honda, Ferrari, Haas and Alpine. So big weekend for Aston.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And just trying to see who's on laps here. Jeneth currently in P13. Wogjet went up to P5, so he should be safe with that. So Jeneth now trying to cement a little bit tighter, and if they can get a bit more run on this track, it will be an optimal temp compared to at the start. But yeah, I haven't seen any rain yet.
No, I mean, ideally at this stage, they just need to stay out there, keep doing laps.
Yeah.
No reason to be in the pits at the moment, and as you said, a really good point, that the tarmac's just going to get better and better. So you want to be doing laps all the way up until this first raindrops. And actually, speaking of raindrops, I can see raindrops on the track, Dido.
Whoa, yeah, I can't on stream just yet, but yep, there
It was just down in sector 2.
Yeah, sector 2. I'm just watching Jennifer come through now, so this is it. They may have a chance just to finish a lap if they're on one, but this is going to start hurting, and it goes 0 to 100 real quick with the rain, especially at Miami.
That's right. Yeah, so we're looking at P16 down, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Morty, TMT, Flying Kiwi, Mudpack, Gangster already out, so really it's up to whether Uncle Morty, TMT Legend, and Flying Kiwi can put something together late in the piece, and Jenneth, even in P13, not safe in this qualifying now that the rain's coming down.
No, he's not. Obviously, P16 down, get eliminated. I think Jenneth might be safe if he can improve. He can't improve on this lap, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to improve behind him at the moment anyway. Dudley Fuller gets out of the way. He's aborted his lap, so he's done. Moontime.
I'm just watching on Jenneth's first run through turn 1, 2, 3. It's looking pretty sketchy. He's actually backed out of it immediately, says there's no way I'm going to improve with these conditions, and there's a few people out there trying, but I wouldn't want to drive in these conditions on slicks.
Yes, I'm just on board with Flying Kiwi. He is extremely struggling here, and he has not set a time yet, so this is going to hurt him quite massively. Still got DRS, so they haven't disabled that yet. That's something. But
a small carrot back in their direction, but I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference. If they can't keep that apex speed, it's going to be nothing like we had in early parts of Q1.
No. Flying Kiwi really struggling on this lap. So yeah, I don't think anyone's going to improve. We'll probably see everyone retire very quickly here. Kiwi hits the wall. And a Max Verstappen sort of incident there. Wouldn't have done the car too much good, but...
Not ideal. They're going to have to take a look at that transmission after this qualifying session, but looks like he'll be out potentially in Q1 at this stage. Just don't see him. I don't think he's improved at all on that sector at all. Last couple
really
of corners.
Coming down now.
Yeah, it is full wet out there. So he's coming into the pits. Yeah, that's it. So Flying Kiwi doesn't make it through. Looks like TMT Legend's done. He's in the pits. Uncle Morty in the pits. Mudpack didn't set a lap. He is out there, but he's not going to set a lap, and we've got a few people saying, right, that's it, we're done with the session, because even though there's 6.5 minutes left to go, you are not going to find improvement on a wet circuit.
Yeah, Mudpack is back in, mate. He's just unfortunately couldn't set a time in time before the rain hit. It's very unfortunate there for Mudpack. Looks like Moontime will get through though, so that's 1+ for Ferrari there.
We were talking about this earlier on, Dido, that maybe starting at the back is maybe the way to go. We know that there's been some instructions from the race director around keeping it clean at Miami. It's a couple of very, very tricky sectors, especially as you go in towards that turn 11 to 16 complex, where you just got these tight corners, lots of nasty curbs to run on, and such violent transitions between being on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the track. So the drivers have been instructed that you need to take it a little bit careful, especially on those first few laps, and maybe starting at the back of the pack isn't going to be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if the rain carries through to the race, which we're not sure if it will. But yeah, interesting stuff. I certainly would rather be at the back if it was raining, just to avoid the first chaos, but I don't think anyone's going to improve now, and Mudpack's still out on track. Unfortunately, won't be able to get a time in that's going to be safe. He's already set a 34.
Yeah, I mean, 6 seconds off the pace. I mean, he's out there to practice at the moment. A little moment there as he goes through into the pool complex. Nasty bit of track here, but lots and lots of fun to watch, of course. And yeah, hopefully we don't have too much more rain in the overall weekend, Q2, Q3 in the race. Otherwise, that pool section is going to be a much larger lake.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pool of water stretching across the entire track, maybe even to the size of a small pond.
Yeah, it's not a good track to be raining on, for sure. Mudpack, the last out on track, will have to jump in the pits now and probably call it. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And everyone
Indeed,
else...
we may even be able to begin our interviews a little bit early, because we are not going to see any improvement for anyone on track. So all we see is a Ferrari going into the pit lane. That'll be the end of Q1.
Yeah, going in very fast there.
Maybe venting a little bit of frustration with the situation.
Yeah, we'll probably see everyone else retire now. If not, Uncle Morty, TMT, Mudpack, Kiwi, and Gangster. If you guys want to jump into the comms box and have a chat, feel free to. If not, then that's okay. Gangster's in.
I think we have Gangster in here now.
Yeah.
You can kick it off with Gangster, mate.
Cool. Hey, Gangster. So, Alpine, early retirement there in Q1. Was it due to rain, or what was the situation there?
I was disqualified from the qualifying.
Oh, you had a quali ban. That's right. Yeah.
You had a quali ban. Okay, yes. So, in that case, with quali bans, obviously it's a moment to reflect and a moment just to regroup yourself. Obviously, watching all the cars go out there for not a lot of time probably gives you a little bit more confidence that the grid's going to be a bit mixed up. What's your hopes for the race coming up?
Yeah, like I can gain some positions in starting. I'm like strong in starting, but about like when tire degrades, I have to make that up. Like when tire degrades, I'm not so strong, and let's hope I can make this race with only one pit stop and without any like accident or those.
Yeah, makes sense. So the plan is to do tire management all the way through that early part of the race. Are you going to prioritize the tire management over taking positions today?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yep, that makes sense, mate. So do tell us, what's your opinion of Miami? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I like it's kind of like medium. I don't like it. I don't hate it. My time is good in Miami and in time trial and also in Grand Prix qualifying. So it's kind of 127 and 100 of the second. So it's like a medium track for me, and I hope this race will good for me, because none of my races is good in this league.
Yep, we hope you have a nice clean race today and a nice satisfying one, of course. And yeah, it's difficult to come off the back of a qualifying ban. Obviously, in Australia, it didn't go your way at all. Hasn't been going Alpine's way all season. Do you think the latter half of the season is going to be a bit of a change for yourself and Alpine? Do you think you can get on the right side of good race results?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do better.
Excellent. I'll hand you over to Dido for some questions.
Yeah, I think you covered pretty much everything, mate. Just yeah, just from me, obviously not the worst track to start at the back at, and especially pending the rain. If it's raining in the race, do you know if it's going to rain in the race, mate?
I think so. Like 5 to 10 minutes of it should be there.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. So, yeah, good luck, mate. That's all I'll have to say. And head down and just try and, keep it on track and move up through the field, mate. But not the worst track to start at the back at for sure.
Yeah, we can definitely overtake.
Yep. Thanks, Gangster.
Sweet as. All right, well, finally that's over. That quali session.
Qualifying session.
Yeah, kind of had absolutely nothing in the end there.
No,
anyway.
We had 7 minutes of running, and then 6.5 minutes of sitting there doing not a lot, unfortunately. But 5 drivers gone, so I believe we have another in the commentary box for some more questions. So I'll kick into it, Dido, as we wait for Q2 to begin. Of course, it is TMT Legends. So jumping into here, not the greatest qualifying there. You did say to us before the race that you'd probably find yourself back in the commentary box reasonably quickly. Well, you have done, but how did you feel you went out there today?
I mean, ultimately going out in Q1 with the second slowest posted time and the slowest on a dry track isn't exactly the most optimal of conditions, so I can't say I've done too well. But I didn't get a single lap of practice in, so that was my first hot lap. So I don't know. I think today's just going to be damage limitation. Just pick off people as they make mistakes and use it as practice for the tier 5 race tomorrow. Because I mean, yeah, starting P17 is not exactly optimal. I know this track, it's not the worst to be starting towards the back because, I mean, accidents happen and it's one of those tracks where anything can happen. So
Yeah, see how you go. But obviously, as a current TO and jumping up from Division 5 into Division 4, what's your feeling? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of very fast drivers in this division. If I'm a little bit biased here, but I think it's the best division, personally. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, I know, but I'm going to say it. I'm biased, of course. But how do you feel racing against some of these guys in the lobby? They're obviously challenging opponents.
well, it's really interesting because there's a few of the guys that I still drive against in some other leagues when I'm reserving here and there. So there's a few of them I've never driven before. Like I've never driven against Moon. I don't think I've ever driven against Pep, Cooper, and Arns. But I think everyone else, and my teammate. Other than that, everyone else I've driven against, and like for example, Jeneth, Salmons, I drive against somewhat fairly regularly in other leagues, so and I'm able to hold it with them. So, I mean, to be so far off their pace in Q1 isn't exactly optimal, but I know that I've got a level of competitiveness there, so I might be able to sneak up towards kind of, I've not said the bottom end of the points, but like closing in towards the top 10 as long as I can keep it clean.
So you've got one of your teammates, obviously, Forest Wolf, qualifying for Q2. What's your hopes for him today?
Well, it's with his first full-time official drive. He was signed just before last round, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it. He drove up in Div 3, I believe it was, on Wednesday, before unfortunately getting taken out in an incident. But just a strong weekend for him in general to kick off his time in the team's going to be optimal if he can make it through into Q3. That'll be a big confidence booster going into the race, and if he can bag some solid points, it'll be a really, really good kickstart to his time in the team. We need some big points up in Div 4. It's one of our weaker divisions through the start of the season, so if he can go in and put some great momentum on the board, that'll be a good sign going forward in the season.
Excellent. So we've heard from Gangster earlier on, the Alpine team thinks it's going to rain in the race. So your supercomputers at Red Bull Cash RB are telling you the same things?
Let me have a quick check back through my capture. I remember having a look at it, but I also really don't remember processing much of it. I remember seeing it was going to be raining through the first couple of sessions, but mine was saying it looks like it's going to be dry for the race, but rainy for the 3 quali sessions. So, I don't know. I've still gone for a dry setup. I'm hoping for a dry track. It's what I'm going to be most consistent with. But, I mean, look, I'm not going to complain about a rain race. I do like the rain, so it might give me slightly better odds, but you never know.
Excellent.
Could also just put it in the wall within the first 2 turns, so that's very likely for me at Miami.
Entirely possible for anyone on the grid, to be completely fair. I'll hand you to Dido for some questions.
Yeah, well, you kind of took all the questions I was sort of going to ask again, but I'll just on your lap, mate, obviously not the lap you would hope for, but I'll just say, like, is there a particular part in the track you're sort of struggling with more? I know this track's got a lot of spots that people can struggle on, but just wanted to see what your verdict was, like, because I know Sector 1 going through that fast left-hander is where it can bite some people, and then obviously the pool section, so just give us a little bit of insight on your lap and where you think you went wrong.
So Sector 1 wasn't strong, Sector 2 also wasn't strong, and Sector 3 I was slow. Yeah, that kind of double to triple apex fast left-hander at the end of Sector 1 caught me out a bit. I think on my next lap, when I did a cooldown lap with no ERS, I gained, I think, like 2 or 3 tenths just through that alone. Yeah. I had a big kicker understeer through there, and I was actually surprised I didn't get track limits because I was very, very close to the outside white line as I was turning in. I think I ended up having to kick it down an extra gear as well just to try and help turn the car in, so I think I lost a significant amount of time there. I might have bumped me up like one place, and I think the only other place that I significantly made any issues at the end of the two big braking zones at the end of the DRS straights. I struggled a bit. The one at the end of Sector 2 wasn't too bad because it's a little bit more flowing into the next corner. But the two hairpins as such, I was definitely didn't quite get the car pulled up as early as I would have liked, and so yeah, I think if I'd have tidied up those couple of corners, I'd probably make it through into Q2, but I didn't, and so I got to live with the fact that I'm starting 17th. So I just get to chill and watch the end of the footy now while everyone else does their laps. So
yeah, mate.
keep an eye on my fantasy team.
Not the worst result for sure, but get to at least watch something. But yeah, good luck in the race, mate, and I'm sure we'll see you chop through the field.
Oh, let's hope so. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
All right, well, back on track now. It has stopped raining, so it won't be long before DRS is enabled. Now Pep goes fastest with a 35.0, and Ricciardo is chucking on some softs already. So interesting times here, mate, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, it's I think it's Q2 trying to make up for the disappointment of Q1, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've
it's
got
a
the
reverse.
dry track going to wet, and now we've got the wet track going to dry. Everyone came up in the intermediate. These times are set to dramatically drop in the next few minutes. 8.5 minutes still to go in the qualifying, and I've been watching Pep. He has just been sideways at nearly every corner. He's just throwing the front of that car in and hoping it'll stick, and it's been some pretty fierce on the limit driving from him.
Yeah, the track still will be pretty greasy and slippery. Still would be into conditions. You wouldn't really want to be trying to drive fastly out there on softs. But as soon as DRS is enabled, these boys will all come out. You see a few already sitting in the pits on the softs, just waiting. But yeah, everyone's going to start improving on, even if they're on the inters now. I think it's
Yeah, we
time
see
to
that
jump
already.
up on the
Moontime.
pits.
Yeah, Moontime straight up to the fastest lap, 34.0. So that's nearly a second clear of Cooper the Bot, who's jumped up there. We've got the other Kick Sauber. 2 Asian for you is how we've been told to pronounce it. So we might just call them 2A or something like that. I don't know. But Kick driver number 2, 35.4. So the Kick's looking strong at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game at the moment, really, with most of the field not out there driving laps and just waiting for the circuit to dry out towards the end of the session. We're not going to see the fastest laps for a while. Semi the Slammer. Showing and proving that exact point by setting a 33.8.
Yeah, everyone's just getting quicker and quicker now. I think everyone will jump in, chuck on the softs, and just wait about a minute. And yeah, DRS will be flicked on in a minute, and it's going to be very fast to the end. Everyone will have to wait and to get this timing perfectly. Evil is already coming out on the softs. He's going early to try and probably get 2 soft runs in.
I think that's probably a good call. I mean, get out there and feel the conditions, and then you can sort of adapt.
Yeah.
As the conditions dry out, you'll be adapting all the way through and get a real feel for it.
Yeah, good idea for Blade there. He will struggle on this first lap, I'd say, but we'll have to wait and see. Pep's still doing runs out there on the inters, just getting some practice in. But yeah, reserve and P2. I'm just gonna call him Zaz.
Yeah.
He has done a great lap. He released in the reserve program on Thursday night that I commentated and did very well on that too. So, one to watch this season.
Yeah, for sure, and hopefully he'll be in with Kick Sauber for a while. I don't know if he's got a full contract with them just yet, or if he's just reserving for the time being. Maybe Dido.
I can't remember, mate, honestly. I think he
that's
is
fair.
very close to being signed, but he did message me asking how he gets signed, so we'll have to wait and see as Pep finishes up with, I would say, his last inters run. I'm going to go jump on board with Evil Blade because he's the first to go out on the softs, braving the conditions, and we'll see how slippery it is. He seems to be pushing. It's pretty stable for that fast left-right. So it's almost time, I reckon, mate, for the soft tyres to all come out.
That's right. Yeah, so I've been seeing people posting stuff in the chat as well. So welcome to everyone watching on Rush Racing League Twitch. Give us a like and a follow and a subscribe and all that good stuff. If you're enjoying the broadcasting tonight, Of course, more broadcasting coming up for you after Division 4. That's Division 2. Big thanks to our sponsors as well, AI369, Pagani and SimLab, absolutely fantastic, and big thanks to the Rush Racing guys in the background, all the admins and stewards who do such hard work to enable us all to enjoy this amazing hobby.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but it's also we can enjoy a night of racing like we are now, and Evil Blade's gone 2 seconds faster in that middle sector, so it is well and truly, and there you go, DRS enabled. He's going to get right before that back straight. Won't be the quickest because he wouldn't have had DRS on the home straight, but still not too bad. This will go fastest for Evil Blade. He's going to jump in the pits anyway and call it because he knows that he missed out on the first DRS run.
Yeah, obviously he'll be feeling the fact that we'll be getting pretty quick, pretty fast, and 4 minutes to go. Probably just better to jump in there, get yourself reset, so to speak, and then get back out there. Bear in mind, of course, we saw mid 26s earlier on, so that's 7 seconds faster per lap than what we've got right now in Q2. So everyone's just going to get charged up with probably about 3 minutes remaining to go, or 2.5 or so. You might want to be jumping back out there, but it could well be a bit of a traffic jam out there.
Yeah, still a few guys out on track. Salmons, Moontime, Forest, Wogjet, all out doing runs, so they're trying to beat the traffic by the looks of it and set a time in early. But if anything, this is the time to try and wait right to the end because the temps are just going to keep getting higher and higher here. And Wogjet goes fastest, and that is a 31.7, which isn't still anywhere near the quality pace we've seen.
But I mean, we've still got there's probably a little bit of surface water out there. The
Absolutely.
temperatures are probably a little bit low, and they're still just getting used to getting off those intermediates. It's only been 10 minutes since the rain was coming down, absolutely pelting down. So we shall see.
Yeah, Wogjet might need to try and save some battery and fuel and do another run. I don't know if he's overfueled or not, but he will get eaten up with that time. As Forest Tool is the next to set his first run on the softs.
See what time he's going to have coming across the last couple of corners. Nice line through turn 19, and across the line he'll go, and yeah, that's good enough for P3. So 32.2. Salmons goes with a 31.6, so
That's interesting.
not significantly better. Looks like we're still kind of locked into that 1 minute 30s area.
Yeah, I think it's still really cold, and whoever is the last to cross the line here will get pole. And right now that looks like it might be Ricciardo.
Yes, he's still in the pit, and
He's really leaving it to the last minute here. Hopefully, I don't even know if he'll get out in time.
He has to go out now.
There he goes.
Really,
he's coming out now. He's going to have the fastest track. So watch Ricciardo here, as the Mercs
All
will
he
be
needs to
also
do-
very rapid here too.
Yeah, I mean, all he needs to do is be in the top 10, but you're going to need a really good lap. You're going to have everyone out there. We've got, what is that, 12 cars on an outlap right now? So everyone is just, like a slingshot being pulled back. Everyone is out there on track getting ready to set absolutely stonking lap times out there. And we are going to drop below the 130s very, very quickly.
Very quickly.
So yeah, no one is safe at this point.
No, and remember, it is only the top 10 that go through. So this is what full quality's about, and I think we're going to see a few names not get through that we normally do here. We'll have to wait and see.
This is why I love mixed conditions and a full quali session. It is so satisfying to watch. And look at the concertina is already happening as we head towards 17, 18, 19. Everyone backing up, slowing down. Not going to be great for tyre temperatures, but the traffic jam well and truly here. It's 5 p.m. traffic.
Yeah, and the Genef goes P5. Still not the times we're used to seeing a 33.2 there for Genef. Who's next? Looks like the Mercs have started their laps. They're doing toes as well. The Kicks is also doing toes here. So this is... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on Ricciardo. I think he's timed it pretty much to perfection. He does have one car behind him. I'm not 100% sure who that is. It might be T. Salmons. No, it's not. But Ricciardo just coming across the line now to start his lap. He's the second to last out there. Wogjet goes to pole with a 1 minute 30 flat. very good time there. He's a 2nd and 2/10 above Moon Time. But yeah, this is just anyone's game. Put your predictions in chat, get your Magic 8 Ball out, and roll some dice, because all these top 10 positions in a Q3 participation is up for grabs.
Absolutely, mate. Deadly Fuller goes fastest now, and we're dipped under the 30s. And who else? I'm just trying to see. This is going to be like a rapid shootout of poles here. Panic now fastest.
Kick Sauber's coming across the line now.
There you go. Bang, bang.
Oh.
Cooper P1 now. Zane's...
Sammy.
Oh, God, Sammy. This Ricciardo, I'm telling you, will be fastest here. This is exactly what he was hoping for.
Evil goes up to P4, so 5-6 drivers in the 29s now. Looks like... Oh, I just can't keep up with it. Master does P3 with a 29.3 there. Not good enough for the top spot. Pep and Dynasty come across the line. Great laps from them. Salmons now is the next driver across the line. 7th place for him. I believe it's now one of the Williams. Is it Wogjet? Might be. Moontime to P2.
Ricciardo, P2.
Wow.
I was
Okay.
wrong. And
So
yeah,
that was a very good lap from Pep. We've got one more car on the grid to come across the line. That's Wogjet, but I don't know if that's going to be an improvement. No, it's not. Looks like might have invalidated the lap or something there. 14th for him. So Williams, double knockout in Q2.
Yeah, not what we would want, but yeah, very interesting quality there. Pep P1, Ricciardo P2, Moontime P3, Sammy P4, Cooper P5, Dynasty P6, Master P7, Panic P8, Salmons P9, Blade P10, and all safe. And there's your eliminated drivers: Forrestal, Zanes, Deadly, Wogjet, and Jennifer, all out in Q2. So if you guys want to jump in to the comms box, nice breaking news there, SJ. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Indeed, and if you're a McLaren fan like myself, you're breathing a sigh of relief. 2 McLarens just scraping themselves into Q3. Well done, chaps. I'm going to get kicked out of the commentary box at some point, aren't I, Dido?
Yeah. So we'll wait and see if anyone wants to jump in. And Ricciardo's left the session, so we'll have to try and get him in ASAP.
I will try and send him an invite. I'm sure he'll be peppered with invites shortly. Exciting. Let's see. Are we going to get rain? Is it going to be dry? It's dry at the moment.
Oh,
so
God,
that's
that
not
looks
looking
cloudy,
too
though.
bad.
It looks pretty cloudy,
Yeah.
though, mate. Don't tell me
It's
we're going to
just
have another
raining.
3 minutes of dry conditions here.
Oh, I hope we don't have a tedious end to Q3. We want to see what we just saw there. A smattering of rain right in the middle for about a minute would do wonders for this. But other than that, I think we hope for a dry session.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. You got both Mercs through, both McLarens through, both Aston through. It's a battle of the constructors here for sure.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I said this earlier on, but it's another big weekend for Aston. Start of the season wasn't great, but Mercedes and Pep and Dynasty haven't had the form in the last 3 or 4 rounds, and with Aston Martin making a huge amount of progress and a number of victories in the race and 1-2s, like in Australia last round, 1-2 for them. Machado took the win and massive points game for them. They're within spitting distance in terms of that Constructors' Championship for Division 4 as we barrel in towards halfway in this season. I mean, it's got to feel good, and they'll be looking for a great result here.
Yeah. Just reading all the comments coming here. Yeah, we've got Ricciardo back in. One turn, I think he's all good now. Rush. Yes, the tow will definitely be crucial here, but at the same time, some teams just choose not to do the tow. Some do. Each to their own. As looks like the Merc's getting a tow from the Ferrari here on his outlap, but they will be the first. Both Mercedes will be going out early in that fear of rain, I'd say.
Yeah, I
it
mean,
looks really dark.
The tow's an interesting one. It helped out the Kick Saubers massively. It wasn't enough for Zaz, the new Kick Sauber driver for this race, but it certainly was enough for keeping the bot. We know he's got raw pace on his own, but
What's happened there?
we
Is
did
an
see a few
Aston on
teams
track
working together.
Stopped. Oh no, he's just trying to get out of the way there. That's okay. 40 might have something happened there. Maybe ran out of fuel, broke down.
Yeah, well, I mean, amazingly, at a street circuit, we have yet to see a car put it into the wall at all. I haven't seen a
Yeah.
single car damaged so far.
Other than the little tap on the wall from,
Oh yes, that
the
transmission
Haas.
will be.
but
not happy with
no
that.
damage, no debris on track just yet. As Pep starts his lap, we're right on board with him. I know his teammate Dynasty's on a lap, but actually, I'm going to go to Dynasty. I've rode on board with Pep last lap.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, remember in chat, you can redeem your channel points for an onboard lap with your favorite driver. So please feel free to do that. We are keeping an eye on when those redemptions come on through. And yeah, certainly, I'm looking forward to this qualifying session. Get out there right now while it's dry, just like getting to the food when it's still hot.
Yeah, Ricciardo diving out of the pits now, obviously late to go out because of his disconnect. So hopefully he gets a dry run. He may even get the best part of the track again. As Dynasty is a really tidy lap so far. Not seeming to be struggling. The temp wouldn't be great, but not too much oversteer for the Merc driver. He is obviously fastest in that sector. Still got a fair bit of battery to burn up to the line. A lot of guys behind him though. There's a lot of guys on laps. There's pretty much everyone out on a lap now.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone is out, and I can see that the McLarens are on track working together at the moment. No other team at the moment deciding to run in that slipstream tow at all. So we shall see. Remember, get your predictions in. You can now predict who you think is going to take pole position. Will it be Pep? Will it be Moontime, Dynasty, Ricciardo, Sammy, Evil, Thamins, Cooper, Panic, or Master? Who is going to be on top at the moment? That's Moontime with a great lap, a 126.4, and we're back to Q1 session times.
Yeah, we are, mate. And I don't know how much of a tow Moontime got there off Dynasty, because that's a cracker of a time, but he was very close to the Mercedes, so it may have helped him on that one. I'll have to wait and see both.
Yeah, apologies. Aston's working together as well. I just noticed that on track, getting awfully close to each other in that last sector before turn 17 as they turn in. So that's, yeah, Master was the one clearly getting the tow this time round. It's a 126.3. It's good enough for pole position right now, but the margins are close.
Absolutely. I'm just reading the comments again, but I think Pep's got a strong chance for pole here still. Ricciardo as well. But Master, very quick time from him too, 26.3. Goes provisional pole.
Ooh. Do my eyes deceive me, Dido, or is that sunlight breaking through the clouds?
Sorry, mate. Just cut out there.
Well, I'm just... Oh, that's all good. Hopefully I'm back.
Yep, all good for me. Now.
Excellent. I was just saying that that is sunlight.
Yeah.
Burning through the clouds right now. It's the first time we've seen it in Miami. I thought Miami was supposed to be sunny and nice, beaches and all that, and we've just had rain and bad weather up until this moment.
Absolutely, mate. It's looking nice and sunny now, and the track's going to skyrocket. So we're going to see some quick times in that bottom 3-minute mark when everyone jumps back out for their final run. Some of these guys, they probably won't be doing a used run, but sometimes they do a used tyre run first. But they'll have plenty of soft spare after rain. Ricciardo now crossing on.
Yep, Rekus in chat proving that I have not actually been to Miami, which he's absolutely right. It's definitely a bit crazy weather, goes back and forth. So that's just me having a picturesque vision of what Miami idealistically would have been. In my head, I will adjust accordingly. Ricciardo to the top.
Yeah, great time from Ricciardo there. And I think Salmons is currently on a lap looking to improve. Only two drivers still in the 27s, Salmons and Pep. Yet to get under that into the 26s, but I'm sure they will. Pep definitely. Salmons currently not on a lap. He's not even using any battery, so it looks like he's going into the pits. Meantime...
Yeah. I mean, looking at this grid right now, Aston's going to be absolutely stoked. Not just a 1-2, but you look at where the Mercedes are. Mercedes are leading the Constructors' Championship in Division 4, but that gap between Aston and Mercedes has gone from about 120 points down to about 30 for this race. So seeing a 1-2 there and then seeing the Mercedes in 6th and 9th before the final run of Q3, that's got to be a massive confidence boost.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. They would be cheering at that, and they've still got times to come out. Ricciardo will have time to go back in and get another set of tyres on. Salmons jumps into the pits to do the same. Moontime will come back to the pits as well, but yeah, everyone's set a time now as a banker. Just seeing here. Jeez, it's pretty close at the top there.
Nothing really in it, is there? I mean, it's basically 1100th of a second, so a tenth of a second, essentially. We're watching Moontime go for it. He's just heading into the full-side complex through 13-14. He's really pushing the car, wants to extract the maximum performance from that Ferrari, and it's a decent enough run through 16, but I don't think he got the run onto that back straight that he wanted to. Now he's tyre warming, and that's not going to be the lap for him.
Yeah, not sure what's going on there, but he is on track, so
like
we'll
he had
ride on board with him.
It might have been a bit of venting a little bit of frustration there with the tyre warming, a little bit of a silent protest.
I don't know why, but I think he's just having a bit of fun. Does it speed into the pits? So everyone in the pits now, which is just waiting.
Well, we begin the countdown, don't we? Minute and a half laps here, so you really need to be out just under the 3-minute mark, so about 40 seconds to go, and this is going to be fascinating to see exactly what happens. Also notable here that Sammy the Slammer has put in yet another really good qualifying performance. He's basically a tenth and a little bit away from pole position. I wouldn't count out him. He's done extremely well at the Australian Grand Prix, qualifying out of nowhere in Q3, right to the top of the grid, which was really impressive. And here goes Ricciardo and Master. Well, no, not Master just yet, but Ricciardo is going up, and I think that's going to be a little indication there that there's going to be some more teamwork between the Astons.
Yeah, I think the toes are going to come into effect here for the likes of McLaren, Merc, and Aston to try and propel one of their guys to pole here. I don't know, it's a hard one to pick. Ricciardo is probably my pick, but Pep has been extremely strong this season in quali. So we'll have to wait and see. Evil Blade also could
Pep
pull one out too. He's been quick too.
It's still anyone's game at the end of the day, and Pep still leads the Drivers' Championship in Division 4, 156 points to his name, so he's still well clear of Master, who's in P2, 129 points for him at the moment. Then it's Ricciardo, up one position on Dynasty Sparrow, up to 117 points, so he's 12 points behind his teammate, about 40 or 39 points, if I get my math exactly right, 39 points behind Pep. So, the Astons are breaking a little bit of ground in the Drivers' Championship as well, and Pep, though, has just been so consistent with his qualifying. And then I think the real skill that Pep's been bringing to this season so far in Division 4 has been converting these good qualifying runs into race wins. He's always there, he's always challenging for a top 3, and he's scored points consistently all the way through the season so far.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere too. He's had such a strong season and done really well with his team, obviously being the TP and Merc. They're dominating this season. I've never seen a team have that much points scored at the start of the season, so very, very, very well done from Pep for his first season as TP. As we see, a lot of guys out on track. The Mercs really close together. McLaren a little bit spaced out. They might not be doing the toe. Aston look like they're lining up a toe here. Master Suck in front of Ricciardo for this back straight, and we did call that, and that is going to boost Ricciardo's lap massively if this works. There's a bit of traffic ahead.
We have a
Merc.
Yeah, Merc is off. Is it Dynasty? I think it's Pep. Pulled over on the side of the road for some reason or another. He is going again. And also some big news from chat. We've had a redemption for track selection for Season 9. Edge Plays has suggested and actually redeemed that we will be going back to Miami in Season 9.
Wow, so he must love Miami.
Yeah, I think he might, just based on what he's saying in chat, I think he likes watching people crash. Anyway, nonetheless, thank you very much, Edge Plays. Really appreciate you doing that redemption, and I guess we look forward to seeing Miami return in Season 9 now.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And that toe worked absolutely perfect for Ricciardo. And this is going to be a quick time here as he crosses the line, goes 25.9. And there you go.
That is the time we need to see. Yeah, that is the time you need for pole position. We've got 8 seconds on the clock, so these guys will do another lap. Master will have a chance now
and
to make it up
get a
and
toe now from his teammate here.
Exactly, and hopefully for him, he'll be able to secure that P2 position. I'd love to see anyone try and break the partnership of 1-2 between Aston at the top of the grid for the start of the race at a track like this. It's going to be absolutely incredible to watch, but we shall see. Lots of people coming across the line in a few corners' time. We've got a Haas and a Kick. That's going to be Sammy and Cooper. They'll be the first across the line to the end of this Q3. What can they do? Can they beat this pair of Astons out there?
Yeah, you've got a lot of teams doing the Toyota, Merc, Aston, and McLaren all doing the same thing. So this is going to be a matter of just whoever gets it right the best, I guess. At the moment, Aston have nailed it, and Master invalidates, so he is out of that battle.
Well, that's a disaster because Cooper has taken P2 away from him, and it's only 0.04 of a second, so there's nothing in it. Moontime goes up to P2.
Wow.
Ferrari driver puts a 26.195 on the board. Who's going to be next across the line? It's going to be T. Salmons. What's he able to do? Doesn't look like he's been able to improve. He's going to be starting P8. Now it's going to be the Mercedes. Pep goes to pole position. Dynasty to third. That's an excellent drive from Pep on that last lap. A 25.894 takes it away from the Astons. All of that hope and confidence that the Astons had about the initial result, all gone in a moment's time.
Yeah, Mercedes domination continues. That was a great lap from both of them, and then squeezed in the middle, just split up there. But Ricciardo will try and hold out until Master can hopefully get up there and help in that battle. With Pep P1, Ricciardo P2, Dynasty P3, Moontime P4, Cooper the Bot P5, Master P6, Sammy P7, Panic P8, Salmons P9, and Blade P10. So this is going to be a great race, mate, and obviously a lot of guys at the back of the field looking to come through. We've obviously got a few eliminations due to the weather that usually wouldn't be eliminated, so this is going to be an interesting race.
Certainly, and I think the big news, well, a couple of items of big news throughout the qualifying session. First of all, Williams' double elimination in Q1. That was absolutely massive, just on the forefront. But yeah, I mean, Aston's top day out, absolutely spoilt by Pep and Dynasty, and that's massive as we head towards halfway through the season. Aston are on a charge in the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship, and that is well and truly been rained on today in qualifying.
Absolutely, mate. And this is going to be a completely dry race by the looks of it, as TMT stated earlier in the elimination interview.
Yeah, it makes me wonder about the state of the Alpine's computer system. Maybe they need to take a little look. Might be a little bit of an indication as to some of the results they've had this season. But either way, yeah, dry track out there. So it looks like the race will be mostly dry, if not dry throughout the entire race, which will be fantastic for a lot of drivers. They'll be absolutely stoked. We had TNT earlier. Basically wanting and probably praying to the rain gods to keep the rain away today, and that's exactly what's happened out on track.
Absolutely, mate. You got a spot on there, and we're just waiting now, and I'll let you take it away, mate.
Here we go. 3 lights are on, 4 lights are on, 5 lights are on, and it's out. It's a quick start, and away we go. Pep does a good job off the line. Ricciardo has to pull in and rank and file. Moontime, though, down the inside. Actually going to try and make the move on Ricciardo early on. Doesn't make it happen. Now he's under attack from Dynasty Sparrow, who retakes third place. Cooper the Bot lost a position already, but he's going to come back at Moontime in short order. Master pushed down into P6 in this race. Sammy the Slammer back there in P7. It's a stunning start from Pep. Pep's going to be absolutely stoked with that. And Moontime, that massive send down the inside, nearly forced Ricciardo wide. Smart move from Ricciardo just to defend that outside line, just ran it wide, knew that he could get the power down, knew he could get out of that corner, and did so beautifully, so retains P2 in this race. Cooper the Bot now attacking the Ferrari in front of him. Can the Kick Sauber make its way through? We're heading into the tricky section now, into turn 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. It's the pool area. Will they be single file? Will they be doing 3 wide like we heard the driver suggest earlier on? That is the question.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Unfortunate. Something happened there to Evil Blade. A few guys losing multiple positions there. Forrestal, Zane's Evil all down multiple positions there. So a big incident at the start that I didn't get on stream, unfortunately, but we'll have to wait and see what happened there. Moving a little bit further, Mercedes, P1 and P3. Wow, stuck on this view. There we go. Yeah, it's a big incident there, mate, with Evil Blade. I couldn't quite see what happened. But it looked like he got pushed wide and just couldn't get out of the way of everyone and just got basically swamped. No damage though by the looks of it.
Well, that's good. Hopefully we don't have any damage on the cars. 3 drive excuse me, 3 drivers in a bad situation at the moment. That's Evil Blade, Zaz in P19 for kick, down 7 positions, and Jeneth down 5 positions in this race already. That elevates TMT up into P17. At the front, it's 1 position gain from Cooper the Bot on Moontime. Moontime struggling a little bit now that he's in the dirty air of the cars ahead, and Ricciardo trying to make this push after Pep. Pep has not been able to escape. The real question is going to be, when DRS is enabled, can Pep hold him off, and will Ricciardo, if he does overtake, make a big move and get ahead of Pep and build that gap? Little look from Ricciardo, so he's already applying the psychological pressure in this race. It's what you've got to do when you're fighting for the win.
Yeah, he's doing well here, considering all things considered. He's sandwiched in between 2 Mercedes here, just hoping his teammate can start chopping through the field. Merc need to work together and try and split that up and try and break away from this race before any of that can actually invent. And Pep is trying to break the DRS as we see a long DRS train here. There is a little bit of a gap forming between Gangster and Deadly Fuller. Gangster,
I think we need to have...
Sorry, Uncle Morty and Mudpack choosing to start on the hard tyre.
Interesting choice there, actually, for that. I mean, it does mean that they can run long early on, and if they can keep pace with the medium runners, it could pay some dividends. They'll be on the faster tyre at the end of the race, and barring any safety car or anything like that comes up to throw a spanner in their strategy, that could be a smart move, but we'll see. It's also a pretty massive risk, given the rest of the field's on the medium early on.
Yeah, Wogjet and Forrestal going side by side in a place that could really go bad, and the Ferrari looks to be trying to make up some points here. Mudpack on the hard tyre, really keen to get through there. These guys are super close. They need to work together. The minute they lose that DRS in the front,
whoa!
Oh, Forrestal goes really wide there. Big understeer. And I think he's missing an end plate. He is.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I think he's missing. Both of them are gone, so he may have been one of the ones who was involved early on.
And we've had a change for the lead for Sector 2, Ricciardo and Pep. That is a great move from Ricciardo there.
Wow, into turn 11 as well. I mean, that's really brave to have done that.
Yeah, side by side, but he's going to lose the DRS now on this back straight, so he needs to make sure he can hold these guys off. Does Pep go
Probably
for it?
Not done it at the right place.
No.
I mean, of all places to do an overtake, turn 11, not a great idea, because you've got 2 massive DRS zones, essentially, to come after it.
Yeah, he looks pretty confident, though. He may be running a low downforce setup. He's burning a fair bit more battery than the boys behind him. Pep on a lot more battery at the moment, and it's only a matter of time before that starts to help. But one to watch here is Cooper the Bot. It's just waiting here. He's just stalking and just waiting for some type of mistake here. And we know how quick he's been. He has been Kick's secret weapon in this division. He's doing very well for that team. But look at him now. He's very close on the back of Dynasty. And Master also.
Well, this is the scary thing. Master's also on low ERS at the moment. Cooper's got more than Dynasty ahead. Pep's got nearly 100%. So Pep's basically pulled back like a slingshot. He is ready to go on the attack. So as soon as we get to this section, which we are right now, barreling down towards turn 11, will Pep be moving up the inside? Will he take the outside line? He switches to the outside, back into the inside. Late on the brakes. Oh, Ricciardo there does actually make contact with Dynasty.
Wow, look at this.
2 by 2.
This looks like a rolling formation lap.
Formation lap at 250 kilometers an hour. Amazing skill by the drivers to not make massive contact through there. Though I do say Dynasty did get a little bit unlucky. Tried the outside line on Ricciardo, and unfortunately for him, he kind of got squeezed. Ricciardo tried to sort of open up the corner entry. Now Pep makes another attack. Down towards turn 17 we go. Nothing Ricciardo can do about that at all. Cooper the Bot nearly outbrakes himself into the rear end of Ricciardo there as well.
Yeah, there's some serious moves going on here, and this has brought everyone back into it now. Everyone's back into the DRS. This is awesome.
I love Division 4. Division 4, well done, guys. Keep it up. This is awesome. Cooper the Bot in a really good spot now, and P3 for the man in the bright green car. And he is going to be attacking Ricciardo. Ricciardo not going to be particularly happy if he finds another car between him and Pep. And Pep has a huge moment through into, I believe that's turn 7. Nearly loses the rear end of the car. Luckily, counter steers just the right amount to bring it back in line. Boy, oh boy, that's so on the edge right now from Pep. He wants to build that gap, but with the DRS here so strong, so difficult to do that.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Ricciardo's looking really strong here. He looks like he's going to go for the move again, but he's probably learnt from that previous lap to stay behind on that corner and go for the move on the DRS straight instead. Cooper the bot.
Yeah, and what you said earlier, they need to start working together. Otherwise, they're just going to keep opening themselves up for overtakes. So they need to work together, build the gap, and then, lay in wait a little bit. I mean, Master's doing that quite well at the moment. Ricciardo is going to open up for a move down towards turn 17, and he's going to make it quite easy with that DRS wing. Will Cooper be able to make the same attack on
like
Pep?
it.
Yep, Pep is a sitting duck, well and truly.
Yeah, not much you can do there. Both guys have DRS behind. They just have so much more speed. So Pep did the right thing not to fight that. Just sit behind. He'll just wait for his opportunity. Cooper the bot, though, is looking really dangerous here. He's going to take the race lead in a second. Probably lining up Ricciardo the same thing on that DRS, but no, he's gone early. Thought about it into turn 1, but looking very eager to get past here.
Geez, these guys are just showing us that there is not one racing line at Miami. There's about 5,000, or certainly at least 5, all of them taking different lines. They're trying to push the car a little bit too much, or the rear end's just not gripping up as much as they need it to. But we know that Cooper the Bot has shown really top speed in the dry, and he's admitted it himself a number of times. His performances in the wet conditions are nowhere near what he can do in the dry, and when we're in dry conditions like this is where he becomes really dangerous, because he knows how to defend. He's really good feeling the grip on the car, and that just goes to show why he's up in P2 there. He came into the season of Division 4 here and really just dropped a bomb of performance, and that continues today. I mean, I'd be really worried if I was Ricciardo. You've got 4 very fast contenders behind you. Luckily, you've got Master in there to help you as well in this race, but right now it's a Kick and Mercedes sandwich.
Yeah, I'm just going down the back and had a look at some of these battles down in the sort of 15 to down to 18th position here. Like Evil Blade trying to work his way back up after that earlier incident. TMT also moving up positions into P14 now, so doing well. As we spoke to him earlier, he's not confident here, but he is driving tomorrow night in Div 5, so this is all just practice for his race tomorrow. But it looks like Mudpack thought about a move there. Chose to go back out. Back up the top. This battle isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Pep and Dynasty. Ooh.
Yeah.
Master and Semi are going side by side here, battling out. Master's really, really fast at the moment. He's just sat back. He's worked his way back into this battle because of the guys battling, and he looks like he's going to line up Dynasty in a second here to split up the Mercs.
Wow. So a 5-way battle rapidly turning into a 6-way battle. This is what we were talking about working together. These guys at the top have been battling so much that Sammy's just said, you know what, I can make my way back into this battle. Salmon's just making a move on Panic, battling for P7, 8, and actually, I'll tell you what, that 6-way battle is actually rather close to an 8-way battle at the moment. So small mistake here or there from the top 5, and they could find themselves losing so many positions. So they're going to have to be extra cautious in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Panic doing a really good job here. These boys will all be trying to hope for the guys ahead, like you said, to fight out and let them get in. They were in DRS, but they have lost it again. Cooper the Bot now takes the race lead. So we've had a change in the race lead again. Though. Yeah, only just. Ricciardo's going to have another crack at him now, try and get the move back. So it is frustrating here on this track because of the amount of DRS. It feels like you get ahead and just lose it straight away. So it's all about timing when you pass someone here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about where the optimal place to pass them probably would be. I think, honestly, if I were to do it, not that I'm any good at driving Formula 1 cars, but if I were to do it, I'd probably aim for turn 1 and try and really sit on the apex as much as possible, compromise the exit of my opponent, and then try and just pull a gap in towards turn 8, and then just launch it down towards 11 as fast as possible, burn all the ERS and absolutely go for it, and just hope that I've done enough to pull out sort of 8 or 9 tenths. But I mean, that's all wishful thinking, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And just...
3 wide. Here we go at the top. Oh my goodness. Ricciardo holds on, does overtake Cooper the Bot. Pep has a little look too, but they were 3 wide into that braking zone. Gee.
Yeah, these guys have no fear at the moment. They're just going for it. It's only lap 8 out of 29, so a long way to go. So this is great racing from these boys, but they have to be careful because Salmons and Sammy Panic all there, right there. But that battle 2 down for P10-2 is starting to get quite heated. Got Wogjet and Uncle Morty here trying to get past Gangster. Gangster having a great drive tonight. Definitely liking this track a bit better than Australia. Just bear in mind, he started last. So he is up into P11. He's doing a very good job.
Yep, done very well. Of course, this is a bit of a resurgence here for the Alpine team, who need to make a bit of progress today. Going side by side with with Dudley Fuller. No, that is Wogjet, sorry. And does manage to retain the position away from the Williams driver. They've got Uncle Morty just in behind them as well. TNT Legend loses a position to Mudpack. And we do have 4 people have pitted early. That is Flying Kiwi for Haas, Forrestal for the Racing Bulls, Evil Blade for McLaren, and Moontime for Ferrari. So about 3 of them jumping onto the hard tyres, one of them onto the medium tyres. That's Evil. So interesting strategies there. A lot of them, I think, were the ones caught up, though, Dido, in that early contact on that one.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Salmon's looking really strong here on the back of Panic. And Panic looking even stronger on the back of Sammy. Sammy looks to have struggled in this later start on this stint in the mediums. He looked really strong at the start. Maybe burnt a little bit of his tyres, because we know the tyre wear here's not great. And it's nice and sunny now, so the track will be scorching. Panic trying to pick up the scraps here. Sammy all the way over to the left of the track to try and get off that DRS, but it's not going to help. Panic really, really close. I think this is he's going to go for the move here.
That's right. I think for probably one of the first times in this race we're going to have equal laps led between everyone, and it'll be the person with 1 extra lap on everyone else that has actually won the race, because it's just back and forward. It's completely bizarre. And also, I mean, I will have to say that I'm currently on the copium right now. McLaren not having the best of days out so far, but I have to admit, Panic has been doing fantastically well. He's now got a decent lead ahead of T. Salmons, just coming up towards a second, so he's doing really well in that McLaren right now. So go McLaren. All right, well, my bias is showing again. Deadly Fuller with a 3-second time penalty there for track limits.
Yeah, so the tyre wear's starting to kick in and fatigue starting to kick in. We've seen some pit stops. Sammy, TMT all pitting onto the hards now, so they're trying to get that little bit of an undercut. Mastersuck and Dynasty. Master's going for it here. He is almost pushing Dynasty down this back straight. Does he go for it? Might choose not to. Dynasty closes the door. That was so close there, and these guys are just giving it everything on this first stint. And I wonder who was going to pull the trigger first and pit.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? We've got 5 cars that are essentially in a train that's 5 cars long. I mean, literally by distance, that's how close they are on track. And it's just been back and forth. And yeah, 9 laps on the mediums so far. I don't know how far the mediums will actually go here at Miami. I mean, it's going to be some pretty high tire degradation, I imagine. But what are we thinking? What, 12 laps, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say so. But the issue is you got Merck and Aston very close together, so one of them have to pit adjacent to each other. And there you go, Ricciardo's in, race leaders in, Dynasty's in, Pep's in. So one of the Mercs has responded and one of the Astons has. So exactly that, they'll have to pit a little bit earlier to stop that double stack. And now Dynasty's into P2. He needs to push on this lap. I'd say he's probably pitting. All these guys will probably pit next lap to respond.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're going to have to, otherwise they're going to end up with guys doing much faster laps out there, and the undercut could potentially be quite strong here. I am hearing though that from FCR Hado in the chat that tire deg is surprisingly low at Miami, so I didn't know that. I would have assumed it's a little bit higher given the temperatures that we may have out there, but if that is good information, then it certainly is interesting to see them come into the pits early, especially with the pace that they're doing right now. So we should see. And also, if you are a McLaren fan, come and assist me in showing my bias. More than welcome to. We're on the copium 24/7. It's great.
But this is good news for Pep because he's in clear air. Ricciardo isn't. He's stuck behind Mudpack, and he's looking to get past. So this is holding him up a little bit, but you'll see everyone in that top battle start to pit. And Ricciardo is so much quicker on those new tyres that he's almost pushing Mudpack through that middle sector. Mudpack obviously starting on the mediums, going long.
Stop the race right now. Panic is in P4. Mercedes, McLaren nearly on the podium. Okay, my bias is showing again. But we've seen some more pit stops. It is going to be Dynasty coming into the pit, and I've been told again that it's not necessarily the deg that's important, it's the pace drop-off. So that might be why we're seeing these earlier pit stops than the tyres can actually make it to.
Yeah, absolutely, mates. Let's see how far Ricciardo is in front of Dynasty. When he comes out of the pits, his undercut will definitely have helped him. But Cooper the bot still running laps out there, so he is probably hoping for a safety of some sort, or just going to the...
Oh, Dynasty comes out of the pits. He's side by side with Mudpack, and right there still with Ricciardo. So this is great stuff from them. Pep actually a couple of positions behind, and he's now got a
yellows.
Ferrari.
There's a Red Bull, I think.
Away. There is a Red Bull.
Is that Salmons?
Oh dear.
They got a safety car. What's happening? No, Uncle Morty. He's had a severe collision with Gangster.
Wow. Where is Gangster on track? Well, Gangster is missing a front wing completely, so he has had a massive contact.
Mudpack's just cleaned up the back of Dynasty too.
Oh dear, so they've barreled into turn 8, and they've basically joined in with a collision, and that's a huge penalty for Mudpack. But yeah, Gangster with absolutely no front wing. Safety car is out. The first safety car we've had at Miami here in Division 4 for Season 8. So we're hoping to see only one. Well, hopefully it was 0, but we're seeing 1, certainly, that's for sure. But oh dear, Gangster's car's looking worse for where it really is.
Yeah, that's a big shame. He was doing so well. I don't know what happened there between Morty and Gangster. That's interesting.
Well, they're both on the same strategy at the moment. 11 laps. Uncle Morty on the hard tires, Gangster on the medium tires. Just want to take a quick look at Uncle Morty's car, see if he's holding any damage. Doesn't look like there's anything obvious, but he is coming into the pits immediately.
Yeah.
And, Mudpack gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. Oh no.
No, that is not what he would want. That's 20 seconds worth of penalties now. And Cooper the bot with that safety car has worked into his favour massively, because he is still in front of Ricciardo, even though Ricciardo pitted early to get the undercut, and now he's on 2 lap older tyres. And Cooper the bot, that safety car's just fell into his lap.
Wow, that's a massive switch up for this race, and with Cooperbot's speed and with fresher tyres, we've seen him do this before. I think it was Zolder, where he had I don't think it was a lucky safety car, but it certainly was a good strategy execution. He had the fresher tyres. He was actually behind Ricciardo for that race at Zandvoort, I think it was, Zandvoort. And he was just absolutely unstoppable. And yeah, Ricciardo could do absolutely nothing about it. So don't think Ricciardo's going to be particularly happy. Luckily, though, he's got...
Whoa!
His teammate Master.
What has happened there?
And, whoa, hold on, Cooper. What was he doing? He just overtook the safety car.
Not only that, he actually took out the safety car a little bit.
You can't do that, Cooper. You can't park there. You can't go ahead of the safety car.
Yeah.
That's absolutely not on.
Yeah, that will be looked at after the race. And Moontimer's left the session. But I have no idea what I just saw there. That safety car has to box.
Yeah.
But no front door.
Yeah, that's right.
Big yikes, Edge.
Yes, to whoever our safety car driver is today, yeah, back in the pits, you'll be provided a hot cup of tea and some psychological help from our medical team to make sure that you're okay. Crikey, that's an absolute moment. So I don't know what the potential implications of doing that are for Cooper the bot. Obviously, it's not a direct in-game penalty. But yeah, as you say, it will be looked after. But yeah,
you definitely can't pass the safety car, but we never know what the situation was there. If you could just get Moontime an invite to me.
I will indeed get onto that immediately.
But yeah, interesting scenes.
We know that Cooper the bot benefited from the safety car there, but
didn't need to take it out.
To go and didn't need to take it out.
Ah well, we'll see what happens after the race. Aston looking really strong though at the moment. P2, P3, Merc, P4, P5, and their rival right behind them, Panic, in the McLaren. As we all know, they're battling for the overalls at this stage.
Dita, you may have to invite him. I don't think he accepted my friend invite, unfortunately. But if you do have him added, that'd be fantastic. Otherwise, we'll have to figure something out.
Yeah, sure. did not add me either.
Okay, I will jump out, and you'll probably have to re-invite me, but for now, you can just take us away on the stream, and I will get this guy added.
Yeah, no worries, mate. So we are just... Sorry, we will just get this back sorted as quick as can. Crazy Good's just going to get Moontime back in, but safety car now, and Cooper the Bot in control on the fresher tyres. We'll have to wait and see. So Swift saying... Whiff saying the safety car brakes super early. Okay.
But it's a safety car, so, I mean, of course it brakes early. Anyway,
yeah. Safety car in this lap, so Cooper the Bot will lead us away. Everyone's swerving on those hard tyres, trying to get them up to temp. Interesting, Morty and Mudpack, Forrestal and Kiwi all on the mediums. Obviously on the alternative strategy, sorry. A lot of swerving here, a lot of cars side by side down the back. A lot going on these scenes on the restart, but we'll have to wait and see if Aston can jump Cooper off this restart, because this is what's going to be interesting here. If Cooper can break away on these fresh tyres out of DRS, the race is going to fall in his lap. But here we go. We go racing again.
You're able to. Yep, racing again when you're able to. Re-invite me, please.
Yep, no worries. Just get through this first lap. Make sure there is no drama. We will quickly get you in. There you go, mate.
Thank you very much. Alright, I'll jump back in shortly. I'll get some time in.
So Ricciardo chasing down Cooper the Bot off the restart. There is moves going down the back. Evil Blade side by side with Forrestal on this restart. Obviously, the medium tyre is going to be so much quicker on this first stint, but they will be well worth the wear at the end. There's a bit of a lag going down the back there. I'm not sure who that is. Evil Blade's just got swamped there, unfortunately, on that restart down to 18th. We've got moves in up the front. Salmon's very close to the back of Panic, looking very fast on the hard tyre. We do sometimes see that. Sometimes the guys prefer a certain tyre, but he needs to get past because they've lost DRS to the top 5. Panic really pushing now to try and hold Salmon's off. Moving a little bit further down, Mudpack and Gangster battling it out for P12.
And I have flicked Moontime an invite, so we should be seeing him back in a moment's time. Cooper the Bot, though, great start for him.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And DRS enabled. Evil the Blade gets up into 16th. Unfortunately, Moontime losing a lot of positions there on that restart due to the disconnect, but hopefully he's all back in and can take control now. Moving a little bit further up.
Whoa! Big moment for Cooper.
Yeah. He is pushing, he is trying to break this DRS, but it's incredibly hard here. With 3 DRS zones, it's almost impossible without the guy behind having a mistake. And he is going to be in serious trouble here if Master and Ricciardo can get in front of him, because that's when the team, having a teammate there really benefits you. And Ricciardo's going for it. It's done before the corner. Great move from Ricciardo, but Cooper the Bot sneaks back on, thinks about it, trying to get that switch cross. And he will have the DRS now on the back straight, so they'll flick their battery to none, save a little bit. But Cooper the Bot wants to go early and thinks about going up the inside there, or outside there, which I've never ever seen a move succeed there. But
you know what, Dino, that's clever racing, because what he's done there is he's actually opened up the exit onto the straight, so he's got a good run. And look at this, 3 wide! It's a Schumacher Häkkinen moment, and poor Ricciardo is the one who falls out of the top position back into P3. And it's smart from Cooper, because that meant he got a good launch. He knew Master was going to get that DRS as well, so actually covered that off by taking a wider line into that corner before the straight. Yeah,
and Aston obviously switching positions there for Master to have a crack. That we've seen that happen all race, that back straight. If you're the guy in front with no DRS, you're just a sitting duck. Lose so many positions there, unfortunately, but Master looking super dangerous here on the back of Cooper the Bot, and these Astons know the Mercedes are right behind them, so they'd like to put Cooper the Bot in between them and the Mercedes.
Wow, Well, this is the question for Aston, really, isn't it? I mean, with Mercedes bearing down on them, I mean, I'd argue that who cares about what Cooper's doing? At this point, you've just got to, pretend that you're only racing the Mercedes. Here we go, three wide again. Oh, Ricciardo tries to cover off the move, but Dynasty's gone down the inside. They're side by side through into the pool complex we go. Wow, Dynasty had a real crack at that one.
Yeah, that was a bit of Max Verstappen going on there, a bit of moving under braking sort of things, but everyone's safely through. And this battle has just gone all race. Like, I can't pick in this top 6 who's going to win it, or top 5 mainly.
No.
Like this. These boys have all had a go at leading.
That's right, everyone's led basically equal laps through it. Panic is defending against Sammy. Sammy wants to come back at the McLaren driver and does so.
Master's going to go up the inside of Cooper before the DRS. And now he's going to have DRS. No, Master gets it. How did that work? Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm confusing myself
Protection zone.
I was confusing myself there. Cooper the bot loses the race lead.
Wow. So that's what I was talking about earlier. That's probably my ideal place to try and break the slipstream, is to do it in turn 1. And you can see that, Master's absolutely pushing. He's using every bit of ERS he's got. Cooper's got about 50%. Master's used absolutely every drop of ERS on that car. And look at the gap. He's up to 0.6 of a second. So he's done pretty well. But unfortunately, the Miami circuit's going to come back at him and say, no, sir, you're coming into turn 11. And everything's going to close up again. And your opponent's now going to get DRS.
Yeah, Cooper's used a lot of battery too, down to 35%. Doesn't stop him being super close, though. This is a great battle. Kick versus Aston versus Merc. These guys are just waiting for someone to make a mistake, which none of them are.
Yeah, well, that's why Division 4 has been fantastic. These guys at the top have just been really consistent as well. And that's why we've got 5 cars all in a row. So Master's going to do his best to defend the inside line. Probably not going to matter at all, as Cooper will send it around the outside and he'll be first into that braking zone. Easy peasy. Will there be a late lunge by Master to try and defend the position? Not really much point in doing so at this stage. I think at the end of the day, with 11 laps to go, you really just want to spend 10 laps biding your time, defend against the Mercedes if you're Aston. If the Mercedes, try and make that move, try and put yourself up just behind Cooper the bot, or preferably in the lead. You want to be second place as you go into turn 16 on the last lap. That's the best position to be in.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And Mercedes really need to react. They really need to get one of their cars in between these Astons to start sort of dictating where this race goes, because Dynasty, you can see he's very eager to get past Ricciardo here. As soon as they do that, they can start helping each other. But this is all where the games come in. Sammy and Slam are very close on the back of Panic as well, down in P7, doing very well. Salmons, Wogjet and Deadly all hanging in that battle as well, all in DRS of each other. There's little battles all over the track, and the race leads changed again. Master, Cooper, I think it changed again, sorry, for a brief moment.
Master's retaken the lead as we head in towards turn 13, turn 14, and it's really, really cool to see 5 cars in a row going through these low and medium speed corners, especially turns 4, 5, 6, 7. Just such a high speed section, left, right, left. You've got 5 cars in a row. It's wonderful to see this out on track, and great battles. Very respectful driving from all of these guys as well. They've been so close on track, but they have kept it super clean all race.
Yeah, Master tried to hold Cooper off again, but couldn't do it. Cooper back into the race lead. Takes, for the, I don't know, watch time, he's taken that lead. Gangster and Uncle Morty battling down in P11. These guys have had contact this race. Mudpack.
Oh, once again. I mean, we could spend the rest of the race talking about the battle for P1 because it just keeps changing.
I know. Morty and Mudpack make contact.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Into turn 1 there. I'm not sure what happened there. The camber angles that they give you on this track is very strange, I must admit, but
it's all very low angle stuff, isn't it? And you get all these close-ups, which is great, but given how close the cars are, a couple of wide angle shots would be
just
really
one or
fantastic.
two would be not too bad, but moving back into this mid-pack, Sammy trying to hold off Salmons. Oh, we've got a retirement. What's happened there? Oh, big crash.
Mudpack.
Big crash.
Oh, yeah, that'll be safety car. Yeah, it is indeed a safety car. So
someone's
Mudpack
got damage too, and that's Jennifer is missing a. Oh no, not Jennifer. Forest? Someone's missing something.
Yeah, so Forrest for Racing Bulls is missing a right front end plate. So he has got damage to his car. I don't know if Morty's got any damage. No, his car looks okay at the moment. Checking Moontime, he looks fine too. So I think it might have just been Forrestal and Mudpack, but it's enough to send Mudpack to retirement, a DNF in this race for the Ferrari driver, and that's a real shame. I mean, he had 20 seconds of penalties already. He got 10 seconds for a collision that I don't think he was the direct participant in, but certainly
Cooper
came across
Pitts.
the incident.
So does Dynasty.
Wow.
Ricciardo stays out.
That
And
is
Master stays out.
very interesting. Well, actually, I mean, if we think about it, Dido, I mean, this is the perfect span for a stint on the mediums, isn't it? I mean, you're not
Yeah.
going to lose that much time, and everyone is just making the same choice. But the Aston's saying, you know what, we can probably stick it out.
But
How long is the safety car going to be? That's the question.
I think the Mercs double stacked, didn't they?
They
No.
did indeed.
It didn't hurt them too much. They're still next to each other.
Wow. What a change up in this race. So
Yeah,
the
you
new
should've
order,
pitted.
as it is right now, 2 Astons, 2 Alpines, and a McLaren.
That's interesting because, like, Cooper the Bot's only in P6 with fresh.
he's not-
That's interesting because Alpine doing two. Yeah, SJ. I mean, they'd love to finish there. P3, P4. It's huge for Alpine.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're gonna.
I mean, come on, let's think about this, right? Hard tires for the top 5, all 8+ laps. Ricciardo's are 10 laps old, and now you're going to have Cooper the Bot, who's going to have DRS in a few laps' time after the safety car comes back in, and he is going to be rapid on those medium tires. I mean, we're talking at least half a second a lap faster on a medium tire that's fresh.
Yeah, at minimum. And
Yeah.
10 laps on some hards. That's when they're pitting.
Well, and critically, the Mercedes also following that strategy. So these Astons are going to be sitting ducks potentially, unless they've got a bit of extra hidden pace on those hard tyres, or they're certainly feeling confident enough. And I think we'll be getting going for lap 22, 23.
And this is where the incidents do happen. The guys on the slower tyre, with all the fast guys behind them on the faster tyre, it's just a dash to the line. And these sort of these sprints to the end as a driver are the worst. You can really make your race. You could be solid all race, and this end stint with a safety car with 8 laps to go is usually where the drama unfolds. So if Aston can get away from that and let Gangster and Jennifer Evil sort of battle it out with the guys behind, they have a chance. But it's going to take one of them sacrificing themselves, I believe.
Yeah, well, the ugly spectre of some of the decisions made at the Australian Grand Prix are starting to rear their ugly head here, and it is a very similar situation that we saw for Division 4 at the Australian Melbourne Grand Prix, where the Astons essentially were there as a massive bottleneck, and they ended up being involved in some incidents that took a number of people out of the field. They ended up dropping right to last place. It was a real disaster. Choosing that strategy, staying out in this situation, is such a difficult thing to do. So the only saving grace of this for the Astons that they've got 3 cars between them and Cooper the Bot. But I get the feeling with the slipstream being this strong, I think Cooper will be able to get past. He's been nailing the exits beautifully, opening up the corners and getting on the power early. If he does that, he only needs to do that 3 times. And even if he does that just once per lap, he'll still be within spitting distance of those Astons much sooner than they may think.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And this is going to be an interesting dash to the finish. Also got Kiwi down in P15 on some softs. A lot of penalties for those guys. So he'll be hoping to just really get through the field. And another one to watch is Evil Blade. He'll have to really be careful in this restart. Because these guys behind are going to be super quick and super keen to get past, because they do not want the Astons to get away here.
Yeah, safety car in this lap, so here we go, get ready. Evil is probably in the most unenviable position on the grid right now. He's going to have Cooper, Dynasty, Pep, and then his teammate coming through on very fresh medium tires. Look, everyone trying to get temperature now into those medium tires, and for the hard tires, they'll probably be still in a reasonable temperature state, but both the Astons just looking to get a little bit of warmth of them before Ricciardo makes his decision to launch. And I suspect he'll launch right now. There we go. And we are racing again. Catches. The two Alpines slightly napping. Big lock up from one of them as they head in through turn 17. And we are away once again, coming on to the 23rd lap of this race. Evil Blade gets a good run away from the line. And two Alpines are going to be under attack very soon. Here comes Cooper.
Aston have done that absolutely perfect. I don't know how they've done that because they've managed to get a 1.3 second gap already to Gangster. Wow, this is huge for their race. They need to push, and they will be they will be on that serious pace here to try and get Alpine left snoozing there on that restart.
Dino, this is the clever thing. I didn't even think about this at all, but with the two slower Alpines, in there, Aston are saying we can break the slipstream. I didn't even think about that at all, and they're out of DRS range now. Both the Astons are out of DRS range, so Cooper's going to have to catch them back up based on, quite literally, pace alone, and the Astons can work together to leapfrog each other. And here we go, the chaos beginning. We head in towards the pool section. Evil Blade still holding on. Jenneth has lost a position. Cooper the bot up into P5 now, going to make his attack on Evil Blade in a short period of time. And this is going to be the key area into the last quarter before the long back straight into Sector 3 we go. Cooper's right on the heels of that McLaren. And the two Mercedes haven't made any good progress so far.
Yeah, Cooper the bot, he knows he needs to do it this lap. He needs to get past these guys. They are now 2.2 seconds ahead. Very, very quick. Very good restart from Aston. There's no other word for it, really.
But is it going to be enough? Because
I don't think
Cooper
it is.
Probably,
Cooper is already
I don't think
P3.
It needs to be 4 or 5 seconds by this point. Otherwise, Cooper's just going to beat them on pace.
Yeah, he's trying to get into P3, very close there. Just needs to make sure he stays out of any conflict here. But he's done the hard work. The Mercedes haven't. We've got another retirement, and that's in the pits. So no problems there.
Flying Kiwi.
Yeah, he's had enough, unfortunately. So yeah, as you said, the Mercedes haven't got past them yet. Cooper the bot's done the hard work. He has got past, and now he can focus on this battle. Oh, we got yellows down the back. That's zones. But Cooper and...
Sorry, go ahead.
Just seeing the Haas come back on track. Hopefully there's no issues there. Dynasty gets past Jenneth. This is chaos here. Oh, no!
Wow, so the Mercedes sneaks around the outside of an Alpine, and then the Alpine gets slightly touched, bounces back into Evil Blades. Gangsters, well and truly the cork in the bottle. Dynasty makes the most of it, but he snuck around the outside of the Alpine. Pep still not making any progress at this stage, and the gap now between Cooper and Ricciardo is not 2.6 seconds, it's 1.8. He's already making massive progress. Oh, here we go. Pep's going to have a little move now as the DRS is back on track. Pep will get past Evil Blade, and then Gangster is the next one up. So we talked to Gangster. He qualified right at the back of the grid, of course, served a qualifying ban, and now he's in a similar situation that he was in the Australian Grand Prix, and I tell you, I'm getting flashbacks right now.
Yeah, I can see why, mate, but the Aston's just doing what they need to do, swapping positions. That gap is falling 1.5 now, and Cooper is on a charge here. But the Mercs now...
I don't think they'll be able to defend either, will they?
No.
The Astons are not going to be able to defend with Cooper on mediums.
Gangster's trying to come back at Dynasty here, though. He's not done with him. Does not want to lose that P5, but I just don't think he can hold on to it.
I think he just needs to reconcile with his situation. He's on old tyres, everyone around him's on fast, fresh, medium tyres, and there's not really much point in fighting a position. You're just going to lose more time because the driver ahead is going to drive away on the mediums.
Yeah, absolutely. Panic going up the inside of Jenneth. Gets the move done. He's another one on the fresh medium, so he's evil on an absolute charge. Goodness. These guys doing some serious overtakes here.
Panic at the disco, panic in the commentary box.
Salmon's panic Jenneth. Oh god, that was close.
Oh dear, Salmon.
Jeez, that's not a place you want to have a pile up in that pool section. It's just no room there. Salmon's and Sammy and Gangster just tapping wheels down the straight. Gets the move done.
No contest there. Sammy will get ahead easily on that one.
Oh, Gangster almost takes the front wing off the McLaren. Moving a little bit.
Gee whiz.
Look where Cooper is, mate. He is almost in DRS.
Well, that's it. I think this is... When I saw the Astons not coming in, realizing that everyone else was in, I think at that point I was going, yeah, that's not going to work out. It nearly did. They broke that slipstream early on, used the Astons as a true bottle in the cork in the bottle. That is a car stopped. That is Wogjet, I believe, out on track. Wogjet has had a monumental incident on track.
Yes, he has. He's lost the wing. He's still moving, so it's not a DNF, but
Safety car.
safety car. Another one. That's our third, I believe.
So now what do you do as Aston? Do you come in?
I mean, it's
you surely
surely
do.
you don't now though, because it's like
3
if-
laps to go, isn't it?
Yeah, like
I mean,
you kind of got no
But-
option to not.
but you're not going to be able to build a gap. I mean, that safety car has. I mean, it might have worked. They might have been able to hold off and maybe still take a race win. I doubt
Yeah,
they would have held on
not
to
now, I don't
P2,
think.
but not now. I mean, Cooper's going to get a great run. He'll be waiting for that launch at turn 17. He'll get really good grip early on with those medium tyres, and then we may get 1 lap of DRS. But I don't think Cooper's going to need it now that he's going to be within a second.
No, mate. I will be right back. I just got to get a drink.
Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. I will take us quickly through the grid as we are now behind the safety car in a few moments' time. So that was Wogjet into the wall, triggering the safety car. Williams, yet again, potentially being the kingmaker in this race. Excuse my 2021 jokes. Race control saying Moontime getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit violations. So he will get yet more time onto that penalty board. Ricciardo leads us away from Master. The Astons risking it all with a stay out there strategy today. They've had 3 safety cars so far in this race at Miami, and I tell you what, Cooper seems to be the one in the box seat for this one. Cooper, of course, pitting onto those medium tyres. 6 laps old compared to the 14 and 16 lap old hard tyres of Master and Ricciardo, respectively. The question is going to be whether they can hold off the attack here, and really, actually, critically for the Astons, can they hold off the Mercedes and score more points than them today? That is what they need to do. That is the confidence they need going into the halfway point of this season. And of course, Dynasty Sparrow and Pep in P4, P5, followed by Semi the Slammer in P6 for Haas. What a great day that man is having out there on track. Then it's Gangster and Evil, also on the stay-out strategy. 14 lap old hard tyres for the both of them. And it's T. Salmons for Red Bull in P9, followed by Panic for McLaren in P10. In the bottom half of the grid, it is Jenneth in P11, followed by Deadly Fuller for Williams, P12. Uncle Morty, P13. Jenneth, by the way, the second Alpine who stayed out on those hard tyres. Got 4 fast-running medium drivers behind. And then it is Forrestal in P14. TMT in P15, the team owner of RB, Red Racing Bulls. So probably not the day out that they were hoping, but he's still up a few positions in this race as a result of some DNFs. Then it's Moontime, pitted for Softs, lap ago. Wogjet, who's also coming to the pits to repair the damage he got. He was the one who triggered the safety car. And then, of course, Zaz in P18. We are going racing again this lap. How will this story unfold? Cooper is in the box seat well and truly. We're on the 27th lap. We're going to have lap 28 and 29. So 2 laps of racing to go in this race. Ricciardo and Master well and truly bait in the water, and the shark that is Cooper is going to be hunting them down.
And on that note about Cooper, before we get going again, as I think they've already gone, but I will chuck Cooper the Bot as my driver of the day pick, because he has no teammate up there today and is battling 2 teams, doing an incredible job in my opinion. So that's my driver of the day vote. But we will go green, and the Astons are pushing.
Yeah, they are indeed. My vote will be Sammy the Slammer. I think he's run a very good race today. P6 is nothing necessarily to write home about, but overall, it's a good result in the list of results that Haas have got this season. So well done. Cooper is already making an attack, and that's Master already down, and the bait is being chomped up well and truly. Oh, doesn't quite get it done. Master is doing his best Alonso / Perez Minister of Defense impression right now. It's a pretty good one, pretty convincing. Oh, Ricciardo has a bit of a late slide there into turn 8, and now they barrel down towards 11.
That's not what he wanted.
Oh, Cooper.
That's Cooper's moment. He's gonna. Oh, we've got a retirement.
Oh, he's
down
just
the
gonna
back.
do it. Oh, that's 2 Ferraris gone now.
Cooper's gonna get this.
Has retired.
Cooper's just absolutely getting sandwiched here, but he's got the move done on 1 Aston. He's in P2. He's got 2 laps left now, or 1.5. And 1 more to go. He has no one in front of him to defend him.
And look at him on the brakes. I mean, he nearly went into the back of Ricciardo, but there's just such a big difference in the grip. Of course, remember, braking and accelerating, all based on how much grip you've got on the car. So Cooper is going to have a monumental run as we head down to turn 17. Probably not quite enough for an overtake, but we know how good he is on the brakes. We know how much more grip he's got. It's a matter of whether or not he's got the confidence to send it early on. That is the 27th lap. We're now on the last lap of this race. There's still a chance for Ricciardo. No hope at the moment for Master. He's got to make sure that he does not let a Mercedes through. That is his job now. DRS, though, is enabled. That could be game over for Ricciardo.
Yeah, that's the worst possible time for Ricciardo to have the DRS enabled. This is bad news. He's got a few more corners before that DRS opens up, and Cooper the Bot's just stocking up his battery. I think there is nothing Aston can do here to prevent this. And do not forget, Merc are right there. This is going to come down to a wire. Mercedes on the fresh tyre as well.
Indeed. Quickly, just to help SJ here, nominations for Driver of the Day, Cooper the Bot and Sammy the Slammer. Those are the two at the moment. Let us know in chat who your Driver of the Day is as well. Looks like Cooper's been the one voted. And here we go, Cooper has done it.
And the Mercedes at the back, look at this, they're sandwiched in the... Oh, jeez. Cooper the Bot gets pushed by the Aston
big contact.
around. Oh, no.
That's Master.
Oh, no. Cooper the Bot's broken away, and Dynasty in DRS, he has one more crack at the race win. Dynasty's got no wing end plate.
I don't think that's going to damage him too much.
That just means he's going to be absolutely stoking down this back straight with DRS.
Yeah, but this is the last lap. This is it. 3 corners to go. And, you know, Master made an almighty attempt to defend against Dynasty, but it was absolutely for nothing at the end of the day. And Ricciardo losing that position as well. So Dynasty's done well. I don't know if he was the one responsible for contact or not. I have no idea. We'll see what happens in the post-race review. But that is it. That is the race done. Cooper the Bot comes across the line. And what a run of form for the man in the dry. Kick Sauber on top again today, followed by Dynasty, followed by Ricciardo, followed by Pep, followed by Master, and then Copium on. It's 2 McLarens in the top 10, side by side in P6, P7. Then TMT, how did he get up to P8?
Oh, he did a very good job. Stayed out of drama. And yeah, great points finish for him. Remember, reserving up tonight. But what a race.
That's right.
What a race. And we can't discount Gangster, obviously coming from last to the position he finished into. Just had a little bit too many incidents tonight. But we will try and get these interviews rolling as quick as possible, because I do need to roll the stream over to Div 2 very quickly. But Cooper the Bot P1.
Questions each.
Yes, Cooper the Bot P1, Dynasty P2, Ricciardo P3, Pep P4, Master P5, Blade P6, Panic P7, TMT P8, Salmons P9, Wogjet P10, Deadly Fuller P11, Semi P12, Forrestal P13, Zanes 14th, Uncle Morty 15th, Gangster 16th. Jennifer, Moontime, Flying Kiwi and Mudpack all unfortunately. Oh no, sorry, Jennifer didn't. Yes he did. DNF. No, he didn't, sorry, bear in mind. Flying Kiwi and Mudpack. Why does it not come up with DNF for those guys down the back? Anyway, what a drive for Cooper the Bot, Driver of the Day and P1.
That's right, so we've got the Driver of the Day poll up at the moment, and it looks like Cooper has got the most votes at the moment. It's about to expire, so get your final votes in. Looks like Cooper is well and clearly on top. He wasn't the top of qualifying, but he's on top in the race. What looked like to be Aston Martin's day, but the second safety car that came out, Aston Martin decided to stay out on the hard tyres. The rest of the field decided to pit, and that was their downfall. Cooper is the Driver of the Day, and I believe we'll be able to get these interviews going in a moment's time. Yes, we've got a couple of them in already, Dido. Let's kick things off.
Yes, we'll have a look who is in.
All three.
All three. Alright, let me bear it with me. Sorry, jump over. You can kick it off, mate. I will just get over to the showroom.
That's right. So I believe it was. Why am I not seeing the correct results here? It was third place was Ricciardo. Yes, just confirming.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, Ricciardo. We'll start with you, mate. What do I even say? Back and forth. You were in the lead. You were not in the lead. You were in the lead about 5,000 times. Everyone seemed to lead almost exactly the same amount. But I think the key question everyone wants to wonder about is why at the second safety car did you guys stay out?
Well, was that the one with 2 laps of racing, or
the one with about 9 laps of racing where everyone came into the pits?
it was a pretty hard call, because like my tires were 10%, so I didn't really know if it was worth it or not. Maybe if it wasn't for that last safety car, might have kept Cooper behind us, or at least got a 1 and 3. But yeah, pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it was pretty unlucky, but still congratulations on P3 at the end of the day. That's still some good points you're taking home. Didn't hold off the Mercedes today, so not going to make as much progress on them in the Constructors' Championship today, but still bodes well for your Drivers' Championship contest there. And yeah, agreed, third safety car was really unfortunate. That really threw a spanner in the works. We were mentioning that on stream too. Overall, though, you guys worked incredibly well together, so the feeling at Aston must still be one of, well, obviously mixed feelings, but you must still be proud of yourselves and your performance today.
Yeah, great performance from the team. Could have been better, but yeah, it is what it is.
That's right.
3 and 5, good enough, I guess.
Absolutely. We are a little bit short on time today, so we're going to say thank you very much, Ricciardo. Congrats on the P3 at the end of the day. Commiserations on missing out on the race win today, but look forward to round 11 and look forward to seeing you back on the grid.
All right, cheers.
All right, Dido, I'll give it to you for interviewing P2.
Yes, Dynasty in the Mercedes, mate. How are ya?
Pretty good, mate.
Yeah, mate. I mean, at that last, probably second to last lap, I mean, we didn't know, was it going to be an Aston finish, a Cooper the Bot finish, or a Mercedes finish? You both were behind on that sort of the start of the last lap, and then obviously chaos into the middle sector just allowed you to sneak through. But just tell us a little bit about your overall race. I mean, it looked like you guys were in a really good, strong position and well in control, but at what point did you feel like you could have had a chance at the win? I mean, Aston didn't pit, and we thought that was probably the wrong call where you guys did. Were you hoping on a 1-2 here? Was that the goal? Because it really looked like it was either going to be a 1-2 from Aston or a 1-2 from Merc at one point.
Yeah, it was just basically a matter of just trying to hold battery for as long as I can. Like, I had probably the highest wings out of the whole lot. So all I had to do was just try and save and burn the battery when I could. There was obviously a couple incidents here and there that were pretty much out of my control. But no, it was a really good battle from the top 6 in general. Like, pretty sure we're following each other all the way to the very end. So that was brilliant by them all.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And obviously, trying to keep up and keep up with Cooper the Bot's performance tonight. And I think all you guys in that top 6, some of the moves I seen every single one of you guys do was just full commitment, especially through that middle sector. We saw 2 wide. It almost looked like a rolling formation lap. It was crazy. But yeah, hats off to you, and hats off obviously to everyone involved in that battle. And good points for Merc, mate.
Yeah, it was. And hats off to Cooper. He was brilliant today. So well done, Cooper, on the win.
Yeah, hats off, mate. And yeah.
Speaking of which, Cooper, let's bring you into the interview. So where do I even begin? 5-way battle all the way through the race. Then you went on to the mediums. At that point, it was still a pretty hard to call whether or not you were going to be able to overtake the 2 Astons. You did catch them back up, but then third safety car comes in. What are your thoughts at that point?
That last safety car, I knew the Astons would try and create some plan to keep me behind. And then it was just about trying to stay with him, and then that last lap was just pure carnage.
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. But you did well to get past them, and some very keen overtaking moves at the end there. Obviously tire advantage, but you still got to get past cleanly, and you did so, and then drove away with things.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, very, very good result there, and I do get to congratulate you. You are today's driver of the day, and I'll hand you over to Dido.
Yeah, mate. I mean, what a race! I voted you for the driver of the day purely because of the fact that you had obviously the 2 Mercedes and 2 Astons to deal with, and everyone else that had a crack. It was a really good drive from you, mate. But you said that last lap was chaotic, and I think I completely agree with you there. But just run us through. Obviously, we saw Master go around, and that allowed you to break away and hold off Dynasty. But just run us through that last lap, mate.
Yeah, so it was going on that first DRS straight. I got past, and then I believe I was already turning when I just saw this red arrow just come fast approaching me, and I'm just unsure of what was going on there. And then just able to break away and get a 9/10 gap down the second straight and pull away.
Yeah, mate. I mean, it couldn't have probably asked for a better result. P1. Obviously, your teammate had an unfortunate race, but still good points for your team. And just on that, before we let you go, you know, how's the feel? Obviously, last round before silly season, how's the feel in the team, and how are you feeling? You're fitting in, obviously joining Kick recently.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good feeling, obviously.
Yeah.
Glad this race is over, and I hope to get it again because the track is.
Well, you did well for a track you didn't like, mate. So hats off, and go and enjoy the win.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up
Wow.
there because Div 2 is hot inbound, but I'll just say thank you to everyone for joining tonight and watching. It was a chaotic race, but a great race to watch. We had rain, dry, safety cars, everything in this race. So before I go, I'll thank the sponsors again, AI 369 especially, SimLab, Pagni, and S Nation all as well. And I'll chuck over to Kung Fu to say his goodbyes.
Indeed. Goodbye. Take care. We'll see you for the next one.
No worries.
I got caught sleeping.
All good, guys. Don't go too far. I will start the stream up not long after this one finishes for Div 2. Cheers, guys.